I am here in London with Patrick and Boris from Fleck and co-organizers of the Next Web. So why don't you introduce yourself and talk about the event this year and talk a bit about Fleck as well.
Okay, my name is Boris. I'm the co-founder of Fleck and the Next Web Conference. I'm here with
Patrick
De Leve, and he's also co-founder of Fleck and the Next Web. And so Patrick is going to ask me about the Next Web Conference, and then I'll interview him about Fleck. It's a different format, innovation and stuff.
So thank you, Boris, for having the time to be here in London.
Thank you for having me, Patrick, on your show.
No, thanks. You look tired.
I am, yeah. Organizing a conference is just a hell of a hassle. It's nerve-wracking, You got to spend all your money 3 months in advance, book the venue, pay for the tickets. It's hell. And then everybody wants a free ticket, or they buy the ticket in the last week. So, no, I'm just complaining. But no, the conference is actually great and inspiring and gives you a lot of energy.
But that's not answering my question. You look tired.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, so you want to hear the background story?
Yeah, the background story.
Right, so we were sleeping at one of Patrick's friends, actually, in London. And so we came in there, and of course, it's somebody's house. You got to be respectful for stuff. So the first thing I did was broke a lamp. It was a glass lamp, so there was glass everywhere. Then we inflated their aero bed, a huge aero bed. And of course, it got punctured with glass. So in the middle of the night, so Patrick and I shared a bed, which was more intimate than I...
We co-founded the bed.
We co-founded the bed, right. So Patrick was sleeping on one side and I was sleeping on the other side. But the bed got punctured, so slowly we moved to each other. So I woke up like this.
It was good.
So me and Patrick were very close.
So Boris, this year the Next Web Conference, it's the 3rd edition, as if I'm correct.
You heard correct.
Can you elaborate a little bit on how you started the Next Web Conference?
Well, it's funny you should ask, because that's actually a funny story. So we co-founded a company, you and me. It's called Fleck, and we were looking for a venue to launch the company. And then somebody said, well, you should go to a conference, hire a booth, sponsor a bit, and then launch there. So we thought, oh, that's an excellent idea. They said, yeah, but make sure you have enough money, because it's going to cost you about $30,000. And we said, what? Why? He said, well, you need a booth, you need cards, clothes, hotel, trip, everything. So then I said to Patrick, we're not going to spend $30,000 on that. Why not start our own conference? And we didn't know that would actually be 3 times as expensive than going to one, but we didn't know that. So in 2 months we put together the Next Web Conference. So we had speakers from all over the world and a lot of people, and it was just a great event. And there was just one problem, that the company that we wanted to launch wasn't ready when we had the conference. So we didn't launch the company there. But the event just grew into this whole hugely inspiring and innovative and influential thing that we love to do.
So there must be coming like 2,000 people this year?
No, actually not. No, well, we could, but one of the good things about the Next Web Conference is that you can actually meet everyone. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone. So we meet everyone. Everybody can speak to the speakers, because they're also in the audience. And what are you doing here? Don't distract me.
I'm making an ad for Costa Coffee.
Okay. So anyway, so we keep it small. And the first year we had more than 300 people. Last year we had more than 500 people. We could probably sell a few thousand tickets, but we're gonna restrict it to 750 people, just to keep it intimate.
Okay, that sounds good. And can you tell me something about the speakers who are coming? What is on the menu this year for the Next Web Conference? Why should people go too?
Right. Well, what we try to do is get speakers who have a vision about the Next Web and who don't necessarily talk about how great their company is. So one of the speakers we have is the CTO of Amazon, Vice President of Amazon, and he's going to talk about, of course he's going to mention...
Is that Werner Vogels?
Werner Vogels, very good, yeah. You're well informed, yeah. So Werner Vogels, he's from Amsterdam originally, And so he's going to talk about scalability and the future of the web, but from a perspective of Amazon. So another interesting person we have is Leah Culver. She's the founder of Pounds, which is a website where you can share stuff, messages, information with your friends. She just launched, and she has an interesting story which I think will be inspiring for other starting companies. We have Robert Scoble, of course. We have the guy whose name I forget, Adeo Ressi. He's the founder of TheFunded.com, and he's probably the only guy who knows exactly how VCs work and how to approach them, because that's what TheFunded does. So he's also a speaker, and we have a few other speakers. Go to thenextweb.org and check it out, and book your ticket early, please.
So I heard some rumors about other speakers that will be announced. Can you tell us?
Right.
Give a scoop to intruders, man.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have a scoop.
We have a scoop.
Here it comes. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
it's not live, right?
No, it's not announced yet. But you all know Dig and Kevin Rose and Dig Nation. Well, the news is that Dig Nation is going to be recording their show live in Amsterdam on the 3rd of April. And it's their first foreign show. They're huge. They have 500,000. What?
Yeah, you're not telling the truth.
Yeah. Oh, no. Hey. Who cares? So it's their first foreign show. Okay, actually, it's not their first.
They were at FOA as well.
Okay, well.
But their first European mainland show.
England. Yeah. Well. Anyway, so their first foreign show, and it's going to be great. And they have 500,000 viewers, and well, you can't miss them. It's an opportunity to see them live.
Great. So Dig Nation is coming to Amsterdam. The conference always has been about startups, about the next web, because startups are the path for paving the path for future of the web. So, what do you do for startups this year?
Well, we do a lot. So there's behind the scenes and on stage activity. So what we do is we help a lot of startups just meet people. So every startup we ask, what do you want to get out of this conference? And if they say, well, we need funding, we introduce them to VCs. There are a lot of VCs at the conference. If they need attention, we introduce them to the press, because there's a lot of press there too. And if they need partners, we introduce them to other startups and companies. So that's behind the scenes, but we also have 24 selected startups on stage. They'll be doing 5 minutes pitches of their company, and there we alternate between the bigger speakers and the 5-minute pitches. So the program is very entertaining, because you have these longer inspiring stories, and then shorter pitches which are very interesting too.
Okay, that sounds all very interesting, but of course, Amsterdam has more qualities than just the web. And so what about, is there any party going on where the girls, people want to know that, man? That's important.
It's very important, yeah. So the conference is in Amsterdam, drug capital of the world, and so this is a huge benefit of the city. No, but seriously, so we got the conference planned on a Thursday and a Friday. Most people, enter Amsterdam on a Wednesday, and they stay for the weekend. So there's a lot of informal activities going on in the weekend too. Informal activities. So it's smart to come over and stay for the weekend, because we got boat trips, we'll have lunch, people get together in parks, and it's great weather around that time. So yeah, that's
and parties, the conference parties.
Right, there are a few parties actually. There are dinners planned. We've got a party on the 3rd. There's a Dutch, what do you call that? It's awards, yeah, award ceremony. There are 3,000 Dutch interactive
girls.
You and your girls. I thought you loved me since tonight. No. Still, no. Okay. Anyway, so that's the Thursday evening party. And on Friday, you can sign up for dinner in a very hot and hip bar with a party just right after that. There's limited room there, so you got to sign up. But that's going to be great too. So there's just parties every evening. And
one last thing. Last year, you introduced the Next Web Awards. This year you changed the concept a little bit to European startups, so only European companies are celebrated at the awards, and you're co-hosting it with other big blogs in Europe. Well, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I think you got it pretty straight. Yeah, no, that's true. We are all the TechCrunch.
It's also not yet announced, right?
It's not announced. It's not a scoop. So we got the Next Web Awards. They're focused on Europe, and last year we had 80,000 votes. This year we're going to at least triple that. I think the focus on European companies is good too, because last year we had a lot of. I think TechCrunch won an award, but of course Arrington wasn't there to accept it, and so a lot of people won awards that weren't there to accept it. So this year we're focusing more on smaller companies who, can make the trip.
So the Next Web Awards is celebrating European startups and companies, right?
So thank you, Patrick, for this interview about the Next Web, and I want to ask you some questions, because I heard you're also a co-founder of a very exciting company. Can you tell us, just in a few words, what Fleck, do I pronounce it right? Yeah? Okay. So what Fleck is all about?
Well, in a few words, that's always difficult. I'll start with the history. Is that okay with you?
That's fine.
So Fleck was about leaving web... No. Cut.
What a lousy pitch. Okay, you get another chance.
Okay, so Fleck is about leaving content on top of other websites. So we build an interface where you can drag a layer on top of a website and leave post-it notes there and add a comment or something and share that with other people. So we launched it about 15 months ago or something. And we had great reactions, and people are really amazed that you can actually leave content on top of other websites.
So in the beginning, when you launched, you had a lot of attention, and so how many people actually use it?
Well, that's hard to predict, because you don't need an account, but we have over 50,000 people who are in the system and who are using it. That's I think a fifth, so 10,000 people are using it on a regular basis at the moment, and we're releasing actually a new version. We're now in Friends and Family beta.
Is this a scoop? Is it news?
It is news. I think I can invite the people from Intruders as well, and go to beta3.fleck.com. And there you need an invitation code, and I can tell you this, it's friends with a Z.
With a Z.
Yeah, with a Z. Friends.
Friends.
Yeah, friends. And then you're in. So what we did, actually, we took a lot of feedback from the first version, and we're focusing more on it's a mixture between Delicious, StumbleUpon, and Twitter. So it's social bookmarking with a Twitter interface, and you can discover new websites via friends and groups. That's basically where we're focusing on right now.
Right, and in the first pitch, the lousy first pitch, you explained that it's all about leaving content on pages, but that sort of sounds like gravity. I mean, wouldn't I hate it if you would leave shitty comments on my beautiful websites? I mean...
Yeah, well, in 1999 there were some companies who did actually that, and people were abusing it, and they said CNN doesn't want a link to my website, so I'm doing it myself. And the problem was that there was no filter on it. So if you would go to CNN and had Third Voice, for instance, installed, you would see the website, and then 10,000 notes popped up. So yeah, CNN wasn't that happy with that. But That's not what Fleck is about. It's not intrusive, so it gives you the opportunity to post your comments on top of a website and share your